Beautiful. Okay, so welcome to Somatic Breathwork. I'm Johnny. I'm a breathwork teacher. Obviously, I love doing this work. I work with people online, in groups, in person, um, in so many different ways. And this practice is so beautiful, and there's so many ways to utilize this practice. Um, I teach it in this way where we get to regulate ourselves, feel super comfortable, safe, and confident in our process and in our bodies. And then when we drop into this safety, what that brings out is an opportunity for sometimes for emotions to be with us in our process. We get to close loops on any feelings that maybe have been lingering beneath the surface and move on from this session with more comfort and joy and gratitude in our bodies. So it's a meditative process, but it's also a very like physical process as we do breath work here together. Like I said, we'll just do it for about 20 minutes. So it's nothing that will take us out of ourselves in a way that feels too intense. We keep the experience nice and slow, and then we work our way up into faster breathing. Physically, during this practice, you might feel some tingling in your hands and your feet. Sometimes things like that pop up, tightness, lightheadedness. When you're breathing in this way, all these things are super normal. So just putting yourself in a position where you understand you have complete control during this process, right? So you can take slow, deep breaths in and out of the nose, nice and slow. That'll bring you back to neutral. And then you can follow the breathing pattern again whenever you want. So, physically, some things like that can be with us, totally normal. And then mentally, during the first 10 minutes, sometimes it can feel a little slow. It's a little bit like, what are we doing here? I promise you, after about 10 minutes, when we're following the breathing pattern, we really drop into the experience and we get to drop into that meditative state. So give yourself some grace and give yourself some time to sort of fall into the practice. And then, yeah, and then emotionally, like I mentioned, if any emotions are with you during the practice, it's totally normal when we bring our nervous system into safety. Sometimes there's things that we've been sort of avoiding or sort of just been pushing to the side that want to come up. They basically say, okay, you finally feel regulated and safe enough. I'm going to show myself. And that is why we do this work. When we bring ourselves into deeper safety, it allows these parts of us to come up. We can close the loops on these emotions. And then we can, like I said, just be way more comfortable in our experience and in our bodies and in our day to day. That's all we're trying to do here, which is why it's such a special, effective practice and why I love this practice as a chronic ex people pleaser, somebody who suppressed a lot, swallowed a lot of my emotions. This is the perfect practice for you if you relate to any of that. Spiritually, obviously, when we're meeting ourselves in this way, that's really beautiful. You really want to be in a position where we are meeting ourselves when we can through meditation, through breath work, through journaling, whatever your personal practice is. Meeting yourself in any way is such a beautiful spiritual process. So there's definitely an element of that here that I just like to acknowledge. And before we get started, like I said, if you are just joining us, just finding a place to lie down in private, maybe dimly, turn down the lights, um, have a blanket and a pillow for comfort. You can lie on the ground, you can lie in your bed. But basically, we're just going to do a 3-part breathing pattern, nice and slow together to practice. And we'll take this into the practice with us. So place a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly, right? So this is our breathing pattern. We'll take a deep breath in through our belly, up into our chest, and out of the mouth. Belly, chest, release. Good. Do one more on your own. I just showed some of my nieces, my new niece's baby toys on the floor. But that's the breathing pattern we're doing today. It's a 3-part breath, in, up, out, belly, chest, release. They mean the same thing. We're separating our inhales into 2 parts because that's how we're getting full use of our lungs. when we separate our breath this way. That's all we're doing. It's nothing too complicated. Cool. And then we just dropped in an end of session survey into the chat. If you guys could fill that out at the end of the survey, at the end of the session, that just helps me do a better job here. That helps the Lori Project do a better job and just serve our communities a little bit better. So yeah, if you could fill that out after, that'd be perfect. But now is the best time to just take a second, make your way down onto your back, and you can just place a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest. And we'll get going here in just a moment. Good. So just taking slow, deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. Making that exhale a little bit longer than our inhale is perfect. Taking another deep breath in through our nose. Slowly out of the mouth. With today's practice, all we're doing is asking ourselves, what is with me in this moment, physically or emotionally? That's all we're going to unpack today. And if your answer is numbness, nothing, that's also okay to start. So when you're ready, we'll start breathing here together, nice and slow, like I said. Together, when you're ready. Belly. Chest. Out. Nice and slow. Take your time. Empty your lungs completely. Belly. Chest. Release. Out of the mouth. Nice and slow. Good. Belly. Chest. Release. Good. When you're ready, continue to breathe that way on your own. You got it. It might feel a little awkward as you're breathing at first. We don't breathe this way in our day-to-day. So just acknowledge that that's okay. Again, this is just a practice of grace. Every intrusive thought that wants to be a part of your breathing, let's just let it float on by like a cloud, right? Belly. Chest. Release. Good. Belly. Chest. Release. Beautiful. Nice and slow. Up into your chest. And let it go. Good. Exploring just how gentle we can be with this process. As we intentionally bring changes into our energetic body. All of this work is about safety and psychological safety, so let's reinforce that with the way we're breathing as well. Good. And then when you're ready, let's exhale all the way down to the bottom of the breath. Let it go. And take a deep breath in, all the way back up. Good. To the top of the breath, and then we'll hold at the top of the breath. We're just going to be here for a little bit. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the way down to the base of the breath. Empty out your breath completely. And let's hold again here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Take a deep breath in. Good. And just let it go. When we do breath holds like that, we're just increasing our CO2 tolerance. Which helps us feel more alive, helps us feel like we have more energy in our bodies. When you're ready, we'll continue to breathe here together again. Nice and slow. Belly. Chest. Release all the way down, taking your time, nice and slow. Again. Good. In through your belly, filling up the bottom half, up into your chest, filling up completely, and letting it go nice and slow all the way down. I want you to notice how your body might feel a little different, a little bit more calm, a little bit more regulated. Good. Good. And when you're ready, we'll go into our next set of breath holds. So take a deep breath in all the way to the top of the breath and hold. All the way up. This time I want you to sip in a little bit more air like a straw. 100% capacity. Just noticing how it feels in your body. Noticing which part of your body is actually holding onto this breath. Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your ribs? Do you feel it in your back, your neck? Just notice. Don't overthink it. Just that first intuitive hit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go all the way down. Exhale it out. Good. And just hold at the bottom of the breath. We'll be here for a little bit longer. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Deep breath in. Just let it fall out of your mouth. Beautiful. Checking in with yourself. When you're ready, we'll begin to breathe together again a little bit faster this time. Belly, chest, release. In, up, and out. Good. On your own, you got it. Good. We just passed that 10-minute mark. Noticing any shifts again in your body as you continue to breathe a little bit faster. Reminding yourself at any point, if you just want to take slow, regulating breaths in and out of your nose, that is perfect. In, up, and out. Good. In, up, out. Belly, chest, release. Good. Continuing to explore this question, what is with me in this moment physically and or emotionally? And can I just accept that for what it is and let it move through me and breathe into those spaces? Good. In, up, out. Good. When you're ready, empty your lungs. Take a deep breath in, all the way back up, through the mouth, holding at the top of the breath. Excuse me. Let's sip in a little bit more air like a straw and hold. Again, just noticing where you're holding this breath in your body. Can we notice that without judging it? Can we acknowledge, can we point out without any connotation to that? Holding for a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go all the way down. And hold at the bottom of the breath. Good. We'll stay here for a little bit longer. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. And just let it fall out of your mouth. Good. Those breath holds is where a lot of effects of this practice can begin to take place. So if you feel any emotion or you feel any sensations in the body, that is perfectly normal after a longer breath hold. Coming back to the breath work whenever it feels good. You're not forced into anything. When you're ready. In, up, out. Belly, chest, release. Good. In, up, out. On your own. You got it. Beautiful job. Coming back to our question again, just noticing. Good, just a few more here. In, up, out. Good. Belly, chest, release. Last one. In, up, out. Good. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, all the way back up. Good. Taking another sip of air at the top of the breath and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Sigh it out. Let it out. Move that energy out and hold at the bottom of the breath. This time, push out a little bit more air and hold. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Deep breath in. Good. This will be our last song of the practice. Faster breathing here if you want it. Together. In, up, out. Belly, chest, release. In, up, out. Good. Belly, chest, release. Good. Continuing to breathe. We're going to give permission and space in just a moment here to let out a silent scream or a full scream. So if you want a pillow in front of your face and you just want to let it go, this is the perfect opportunity. But you also can silent scream. So everything you do in a scream besides make noise, continue to breathe here. Up, out. In, up, out. Good. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Good. And if you didn't get enough out the first time, deep breath in and scream. Beautiful job. All you need to do now is rest. So pull up your blanket, put your pillow back under your head, and just relax. If you need, just slow, deep breaths in through your nose and long exhales out of the mouth. Beautiful job. Slowly just introducing some movement to your fingers and your toes. Rolling your wrists and your ankles. Maybe bending your knees and placing your feet, the flats of your feet on the floor. And in your own time, over the next minute, making your way into a seated position with your hands over your heart and your eyes still closed. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's take 3 final deep breaths in. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Deep breath in. Let it go. Final deep breath. Gratitude for showing up today. Let it go. Drop the hands. Open your eyes. We'll come back here real quick before we all log off. Hi, Barbara. Yeah, definitely breathwork can feel intense when we have some energy to move. So thank you for your trust and practicing today. This work is really beautiful when we allow ourselves to move through some stuff and sort of release this energy. Everyone, just take care of yourselves. Feel into how you feel over the next few days. I love to journal after this work, just sort of putting words to feelings and things that were moved through. And then 2 things. So we have the end of session survey. Again, it'd be so helpful if you guys could fill that out. And then I just listed a free online breathwork resource. It's through my company that I run. And I basically do all different types of breathwork. So I have an online library for people that's free for the first 14 days when you download the library. So if you're interested in more free breathwork like this, we have things from like 4-minute, like quick stress relief breathwork all the way to something more similar to what we did today. You can do that for free using that link. But thank you guys so much for being here. I love this work and I'm so grateful to the Lori Project for just having me on and getting to share this work with people, with more people, because this work deserves to be sort of for everybody. And yeah, you can get in contact with me through that link as well if you want to do anything else. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself.